Yo, what's up guys? C-Jax back with another video, and this episode of Raw was absolutely incredible if you're an idiot, because that was completely weird, it was nonsensical, and it was boring. So let's go ahead and talk about my rant slash recap for this garbage episode of Raw. First off is this nonsense with Rhea Ripley, Dominic Mysterio, and Liv Morgan, okay? I know a lot of the weirdos, okay, these creeps on the internet, the perverts as you can call them, are pretty much excited that Liv Morgan, did her thing. If you saw the show, you know what I'm talking about, okay? She turned around and turned to the camera and showed her butt. And then all the weirdos across the comment sections and across the internet are praising this like this was some great moment. No, it's dumb, it's weird, it's pointless. Then you look back in the ring and Rhea Ripley is licking Dominic Mysterio for what reason whatsoever. Literally, who is this pleasing besides random weirdos and like the old dude in the crowd next to Liv Morgan with the gray beard that was kind of off camera. If you saw him, you saw him. He's weirdos, right? This is supposed to be feuding for a Women's World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam, which SummerSlam is going to suck. A video's coming out about that later this week. But anyways, SummerSlam's going to be bad. This match, the feud was going great, right? It's going great. But now it really is just about Dominic Mysterio now. I'm like, are we going to talk about Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, their past, and what they can do in the future, and what's going to happen at SummerSlam? They have cut no legitimate promos between them both. It's all about Dominic Mysterio and what's going to happen with him and Liv, or him and Rhea. It's just weird, it's nonsensical, and it's pointless.
In this little moment with this little fake acting that Liv Morgan was doing was absolute and utter trash, okay?
Are you going to build toward the Women's World Heavyweight Championship match, or are you going to keep on doing these random weirdo segments to appease some morons on Twitter, some nuts on Twitter? You know what I'm saying? So, this segment was absolutely ridiculous. Dominic didn't really say much of anything. Liv Morgan said that Dom goes for pretty girls like her, like Liv, and not people like Rhea. It was just, I don't even understand the point of this, okay? This was pretty much nonsensical, and to me, it's pointless. This match and the build-up for it has stayed pretty much stale and stagnant. It's been okay, right? But it's been stagnant and pretty much the same level of quality for the last 2 weeks, okay? So I see this as absolute nonsense, and honestly, who knows what's going to happen next week? It's probably going to get even worse. The stuff with Jey Uso and Rhea Ripley is going nowhere, okay? It's going nowhere quickly, just like this show. Then you also have the fact to factor in, when this championship match happens, we know Dominic Mysterio is going to turn on Rhea Ripley, right? So it's all just predictable BS and garbage. Is this match going to really be about Dominic Mysterio turning on Rhea Ripley, rather than the beef between Rhea Ripley and Liv, centered around Dom in a way? Like, it's just not, it's not being played out well, in my personal opinion, and it could have been better. I know a lot of you, people are going to be complaining, oh, well, the feud went great. What are you talking about? You got to stop it. Stop, okay? Some people don't agree on things. Grow up. Then you had this segment, which was absolutely predictable, but I guess it's cool to see that CM Punk is officially cleared for in-ring competition. So we will get CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam, okay? This is an actual meaningful segment that actually made sense. We are going to see this match, and Seth Rollins, who came out looking like an idiot, came out there pretty much and announced himself as the special guest referee for this match. If you guys have paid attention, this idea was rumoring like a week ago or something like that, and now it's finally going to happen allegedly. So this is cool to see, I guess. They're forcing Seth Rollins to be in this somehow, some way so bad, bro. There's no reason for Seth Rollins to really be involved in this match in any way, shape, or form. You can literally just have a regular referee go out there and ref a match that's a no-holds-barred or an extreme rule, so there's no disqualification. But instead, we have to jump through all these hoops to force Seth Rollins into this match so we can finally have something to do at SummerSlam. Otherwise, he would have been doing absolutely nothing but looking like a girl on the sideline. Then on top of that, you also have the fact that CM Punk actually has to make it through this match. The last time CM Punk was in action was at the Royal Rumble, where he was out of breath after 2 high knees and a roundhouse kick, right? And he was out of breath, and then he tore his tricep on a DDT. A DDT that hundreds of different wrestlers have taken over the last 5 years since Drew McIntyre came back to WWE, right? But somehow, some way, CM Punk is the only dude who happened to tear his tricep on that move, which basically lets you know that CM Punk is not in great ring shape. He may be in great ring shape in 2 weeks, because I'm sure the match will only last about 10 minutes of actual real contact, but who knows what's going to happen, man. I find this to be an absolute mess. I don't understand how Punk is going to make it through this match without an interference from Rollins or some other foolishness that's going to mess up the match, right? But we'll just have to wait and see what happens. There's going to be a segment next week where they're going to explain the rules of the match, but I'm really just looking at this SummerSlam and the fact that Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa, think about this. Imagine spending thousands of dollars to go to a SummerSlam, and the biggest matches are Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, who Liv Morgan was a jobber for the last 4 or 5 years of her career until last year pretty much, right? Then you also have another match, Damian Priest and Gunther. Damian Priest is a mid-carder. Then you also have, what other matches are on this card, man? Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker for the 5th time, or second, third time, whatever the heck it is, right? And we know that Braun Breaker is most likely going to win this match, and that's good. He should win this match, right? But overall, this SummerSlam card is terrible, so it's hard for me to get hyped for any of this trash. No one wants to see this, right? So we're just going to get into the next segment, which was actually a really, really good thing, right? I'm going out of order, but let's talk about this. Damian Priest goes out there, right, to talk with Gunther, but they actually don't let him speak because we know that Damian Priest, every time he goes out there to speak on the mic, is competing with himself for the worst promo of his life so far, right? So now he goes out there and he doesn't even cut a promo. He just brawls with Gunther all the way in the backstage, in the ring, outside of the arena, and they're kicked out of Raw, right? That was a pretty cool thing because I'm glad they didn't let Damian Priest embarrass himself on the mic. Then on top of that, you also are adding some more bad blood between them because of the feud and the word said last week by Gunther and this week as well. So hopefully everything should work out with this match. The match in ring should be good, but the feud and the build up to it has not been strong, but this definitely was a step in the right direction, so I'll give them that. What else happened? Oh yeah, the Jobberthon, guys. Welcome to the Jobberthon. So let's just run through these garbage matches that meant nothing. Triple H's best booking decision of the night was actually to have Sheamus go out there and interrupt the Bronson Reed and Pete Dunne match and bro kick them both, so we didn't have to watch that garbage. So that's good. Then the other thing that happened was the fact that the Creed brothers got attacked by Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six, and Chad Gable got Sister Abigail'd by Bo Dallas. Congratulations. Cool. Like I said in my previous Raw review, I'm done talking about the Wyatt family because I think it's stupid, it's pointless, it's going to lead to absolutely nothing, right? Because you don't have Bray Wyatt. What is the point of this actual group? What are they there to do? Like, let's be honest. What are they actually going to do? Once they finish this feud with Chad Gable in a month or two, when they finally wrestle after 4 or 5 months of build-up, right? The match is not going to be great. It's going to be good at best. This is just stuff that we already know about this stuff, man. So I'm not excited for the Wyatt Six at all. I haven't been since they debuted, honestly. And that's just how it is for that, right? Then you also have the other stuff that took place in this show. The Jobberthon, that is Lyra Valkyria. Who else is in that stupid faction? The Caden Carter and Katana Chance and all that other stuff, right? These people are jobbers. Lyra Valkyria is a jobber. Zelina Vega cut a great, amazing promo last week on Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark, right? But that doesn't matter because Zelina Vega does nothing on average. She does nothing every week on TV, right? So nobody cares. Then you also have the fact that the jobbers on the other side with Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler and these other people, they do absolutely nothing as well. And Zoe Stark is a botch machine when she's in the ring. So pretty much nothing really happened on this Raw. And I missed the first hour of the show, I'll be honest, because I didn't see it. I didn't see the whole segment where Damian Priest and Gunther actually, fought each other until later, like in the show when I actually started watching. I didn't see the Braun vs. Ilya match, but I can assume it wasn't any better than the other Braun vs. Ilya matches, right? It's the same stuff. Then on top of that, what else did I miss, man? I missed Lyra Valkyria versus Sonya Deville. I'm so mad that I missed that match, man. How could I? Wow. That stinks. Like, no. Nobody cares. Then you fast forward to the end of the show. You pretty much get a segment here, a match, where it's JD McDonough and Finn Balor are fighting against Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. This match was pretty much average. It was an average match. It's okay. We got to see the 1D get hit, which I think is alluding to Jey Uso and Sami teaming up with the Bloodline at some point later this year or next year, maybe. Who knows what happens with that. But then this match ended really with Braun Breaker spearing Sami after they won, and then he just slithers out of the ring, and then that's the end. Everyone, I'm sure, was expecting something to happen here, like with Dom showing up or, a cameo from, I don't even know, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, but nothing really happened. It was an average match that really was just put on because Sami and Jey Uso were the only big stars they had on the show after Punk, Damian, Gunther, and Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre had already done their segments, right? So that was pretty much the show. I thought it was weird, pretty pointless, boring. No real SummerSlam feud was really aided by tonight's episode of Raw when you really think about it. What do you think differently about the Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan feud that you didn't already think before? You know what I'm saying? What did you think differently about the Punk and Drew feud that you didn't already think before, other than the fact that they basically forced Seth Rollins and shoehorned him into this matchup, right? Then what other feud is based off of Raw? The World Heavyweight Championship match with Gunther and Damian Priest. It's a little bit better off, but not really by that much. Nothing really changed. And a guy like Jey Uso who gets that big of a pop and does so much, right, in terms of the presence that he brings to the show and the big name capabilities he has, and he's going to be doing nothing at SummerSlam. So, what even is the point of this episode at this point, right? Raw is better than SmackDown, but it sucks. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode of Raw. And as always, I hope you guys have a phenomenal day. Peace out. Get out of here.